Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. If I could talk, this is part two because I felt like we didn't finish this up properly. In fact, we got to the juiciest part and then I had to stop the video because if they get too long, they take forever to process. So let's jump on in. If you didn't see part one, you'll want to watch that. There's a free link right there in the description box. It'll take you to part one. Then you can bounce back over here. All right. So I want to know about all of these other individuals. So this is a single storyline, and we know that our lead character is that Queen of Pentacles, and we realize multiple people are thinking very much about her, although she seems oblivious to that because she's just been in this phase of her life where she's reinventing some things in herself. She's kind, she's loving to other people, but she's still kind of aloof. She's single, and there are multiple people that have her on their mind. There's several people I think that would like to either be more in her world or that see her as their 10 of cups. We have the sun. Okay, she is such a bright spot in other people's lives here. Now, we may be starting to focus this in. That 10 of cups made me think that there was a multitude of people, at least three more eyes on her. But we're going to talk about the one primary that could be a Leo. We may have a divine masculine in particular that is like, he's let's just say he's the first in line. He's the one who's going to be most direct about approaching her. Boy, he sees her as a star, as an absolute star. She may live in LA, California, Hollywood. She may be somebody that he just thinks, wow, she's like somebody could be in movies. He may see her as just really a lovely person. But again, kind of aloof, kind of, distant. Four of Wands, he sees her as marriage material, the kind of person he would be very, very, very pleased to have as a long-term partner. Boy, he thinks the world of her. Absolute world of her. Feminine, are you even aware of him? Let's take a look. Is our Queen of Pentacles at all aware of him? The Dreamer. I don't know about that because, again, we've gotten multiple cards throughout this back in part one. They keep describing her as somebody that's kind of at a distance, kind of, a little bit of a loner right now, even though she's very cordial with other people and others see her as sharing, giving, but it's really hard to like access her heart. That's the part of her that she keeps tucked away. And even here, the Fool card, which is the Dreamer in this deck, we still see her kind of just giving her heart to her dog. She may have a pet, but she's still really projecting this leap of faith she's going to be taking in her life, something big that she wants to do. And I don't feel like her mindset has been at all on love. I feel like as she's been busily reinventing herself, altering some things in herself, after that painful experience that she had with that ex that we talked about at the end of part one, I think as she's been reinventing herself, love, romance hasn't been the thing that she's prepping for. What is it that she's been prepping for? Seven of Wands. This is overcoming struggles. See, I think she's got bigger stuff on her mind. I almost think that she pushed love off of her plate a little bit. I mean, this could be a feminine who's Six of Wands. She may be saying, I think instead of even talking about love anymore, I think what I should do with my life's energy is, maybe she's feeling like I should go into some kind of, more public position, leadership position. Maybe I want to see things in my world change for the better. Maybe I need to be a part of that change. Maybe I need to stand up and, fight for something that I believe in. Maybe there's a way to like garner, progress and kind of creating a better world. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I actually think that this feminine has all but convinced herself that she's going to stay single and she's going to be like, I could see her going into humanitarian efforts. I could see her doing things like fighting for the underdog. I could see her saying, and I'll be proud of my life's work. I'll age and I'll know that I used my time wisely. Because I think something in her, I think kind of maybe broke a little bit with that last relationship that we talked about so much in part one. The person who, we'll rehash just a second here. She had been dealing with someone who now has tremendous regrets about her, by the way. But she had been dealing with somebody who was just totally self-indulgent, living life large. and felt entitled to do so, even though I think that she had loved them very much. I think they were very rude, very cruel. With that Five of Swords, really shoved her away in a kind of like a really unkind way, even though they're the ones realizing that was my Queen of Cups. She was nothing but gentle and kind with me, but she also was telling me a truth that I didn't want to hear. She would expect me to be honest and honorable and truthful, and I didn't want to hear that because I'm running amok. And I think that energy of them behaving this way, that is where not only did they lose her, but that was kind of a final straw. Her dealing with somebody like that pushed her into this deep contemplative energy. It made her withdraw. It made her withdraw her heart. It made her say, I think I'm going to focus my energy on rebuilding myself, changing, maybe even considering what's more valuable. Where should I put my time and energy? I do feel like the rejection and the cruelty that she suffered must have impacted her a great deal, but she's shifted her energy toward not just healing herself, but toward, let me use my energy better, wiser. Let me commit myself to things that, are worthy things to pour my energy into. Can I just ask, Queen of Pentacles, do you think that there's love in your future, or are you resigned to the idea that, no, I have other life purpose now? 10 of Cups. It's interesting because she's like, I have great happiness ahead for my future. She keeps seeing it, though, in her older age. I'm wondering if she's like, I get pleasure out of different things now. I get pleasure out of, yeah, see, we got the Eight of Swords still. I was going to say, as much as she's been, changing her mindset and saying, I think I want to see other people happy. I think I'd love to work on leaving a better legacy behind for the children of the world. That would make me happy to know that my life's effort wasn't just, chasing around a relationship that maybe turned out to suck anyway. Maybe what I should do is try to leave a legacy so other people can be happy. It's kind of feeling like she's saying, I'll take one for the team. Happiness isn't in the cards for me, as it turns out. Love isn't in the cards for me, but I could definitely support other people being happy and having a chance to have love. And that would make me happy to see that. Because she keeps saying, for myself, no, I think I'm just gonna kind of sit myself here on the windowsill. She's putting herself on the shelf, but she's saying, but I, you know what, I have such much better, bigger things to do with my life's energy, and I can be proud of the life that I'm going to be living, and what I'll pour my energy into. So she is not expecting to have love in her life again. That's the real reason she still comes across as aloof. She's literally not paying attention to anybody. She's paying attention to what she believes is her life path now, which is not to have a relationship at all, but rather she's an agent of making positive change. She's here not to find love in this lifetime, but rather to pour her energies toward making the world a better place, and so other people can have chances at finding love and having great happiness. So she's in a whole different mindset. Wow, I did not know she was reinventing herself as a person who believes that certain things aren't for her, but she's supposed to work behind the scenes and be someone who helps the world so that the rest of the world can have greater happiness. Okay, the thing is, she's wrong about all this. She's wrong about assuming that that's not in the cards for her, because she's so oblivious to the fact that there are people, more than one person, who would really love to be around her, that is already in love with her. In particular, one that thinks the world of her, one that sees her as a fabulous life partner. But she is so committed to that, I've turned my back on the idea of love, and I'm just walking my own path now. I'm doing what I should do for the world, and that's what I'm doing. She does not know. Let's go back over to this person who's in love with her, that Sun card. Eight of Cups, once again, they're going to have to reel her in. They're going to have to make her see them, because right now in her mind, she is really not supposed to have love. She doesn't believe that anymore. So they're going to have to capture her attention. And I think she's going to be stunned by this, because this is the last thing on her mind. She has resigned herself. There isn't love out there for me. We have Temperance. We have the High Priestess in the reverse. Thankfully, I think he already knows this. He's already aware. I know, and she's content to be alone. And I know she's sure that she's on that path that she's supposed to be. She may even be like, what? No, I've committed myself to a life without a partner. I'm supposed to do other things. I'm supposed to, do humanitarian efforts. I'm supposed to, lead committees and stuff like that. I'm supposed to, lead cleanup crews on the beaches and make the world a better place. But I don't get love. What do you mean? He's like so aware intuitively that that's what her plan is. Okay, that's good that he knows this, because then he's not going to be like waiting for her to pay attention to him. He's going to realize I will have to approach her because I've already seen and sensed and paid attention, and I know what she thinks her life plan is. Her life plan is to be like, I don't have a partner in it. I don't see it for myself. So since she's not going to be, he could flirt with her all day and she won't notice the signs and symbols because she still is, it's not on her radar. He knows this about her. Okay, thank goodness, because if he didn't, it could have been like a lot of wasted time. Oh gosh. Yeah, we don't have to worry. He's like, no. See, I'm a magician. See, I got this. I see this beautiful person. I know she's amazing. I know she's a fabulous life partner. I know she's healed herself from some things. I know she's kind of hard to get the attention of, but see, I'm a magician. I'm going to make her notice me because I got a plan in mind for her. I like her. There's that temperance again. We have temperance coming out 3 times in this, once from part 1 and now 2 times almost back to back. He really likes her. He really sees her as this little sweet angel. We have this something about, like, I don't know if she is his rose or something, but this image of a rose is standing out to me so much there. Maybe that's part of her name or something. We have roses up above her as well, blooming. Interesting, because he's like, no, she and I, we're going to be really happy together. I've already envisioned this for us. It's also, he's not a kid. He's grown up. He still's going to start out, easy does it, talking to her first from a practical point of view. This is a page of Pentacles, but instead of, in this deck, if it's in the reverse, it doesn't mean somebody who's not talking. It means somebody who's more mature. Here's the youthful energy of it being upright. Here's it in the reverse, but all we have is a more mature person who's not bringing a crystal. They're bringing in a pentacle. I feel like he has a game plan. No, I know she's all about work. That's why I'm going to talk to her about developing some humanitarian thing. I'm going to get to be in her world, and then step 2, which is make her want me. And this is the year to do it. We got that serpent wrapping around that Ace of Wands. She's going to want me. She's going to like me. I know she is. She thinks that she's not going to be attracted to anybody, that her life's purpose is just to work now, but I'm going to get in her business a little bit. That star, she's going to fall right out of the sky and into my hands. I think he's like, I'm going to be able to make her not only look to her altruistic plans, dreams, hopes, and goals. I'm going to let her know you're not just a creature who lives way out here away from everybody, and you do good works behind the scenes so other people can have happiness. You are an earth creature right here on planet Earth. So come on back down to earth and get into my arms, get into my bed. Like, that's what this feels like. Who are you? He could be a Leo. He could be a Virgo or a Gemini. 7 of Pentacles. He is a man with a plan, and he does not care if it takes a while to make that plan to come to fruition. He is, and you notice he's like working in the tunnels. He's like got this little gopher tunnels that he creates. He's got a little system that he's thinking about in order to get into her world. He knows asking her out, she's probably just going to say no. So he's like, yeah, that's why I'm not taking that approach. I'm going to be somebody who enters into her life as a regular, basis, somebody that she has conversations with about work-related things, about, things that we can talk about. And then after that, then we can see where that's going to go. It feels like he needs to be around her on a regular basis. So he's either getting interested in something that she's interested in, or he's joining forces with her on some good cause that she wants to invest in, or something that she wants to do, or he's just the person who's going to keep appearing You know, she's working outside in her yard, in her front yard, whatever. He's the next door neighbor who keeps coming over to talk about, you know, different things. But it's all going to be like non-romantic. He's going to be talking and getting to know her so that they share like a work bond first. He's an emperor. He knows what his game plan is. He's a king of pentacles. He's like, it's worth putting some effort and time into, because this is somebody who, if I can make her see me, like really see me, get familiar with me, first in a non-romantic sense, make her respect me, then I can convince that Queen of Pentacles and I'm her King of Pentacles, that look at what we could do together. See, we could build a lot more because we work really well together. He's like, I have to approach her from a practical point of view first to then be able to like almost trick her heart into like opening back up. He's look, he's not being manipulative so much as he's recognized so much about who she is, about how she operates. And he's like, that's why I'm going to operate this way, so that she gets to know me without thinking of it in a romantic context. He's quite certain that she is the love of his life, but he's also, you know, maybe we could say he's cocky, but I think he's great. He's sure that he has a lot to offer her too. I would agree. The way he's like assessed the situation, the way he's, you know, approaching, like, I already know she has these, she's not a little, you know, like lost in romantic dreamscape. She's somebody who does have altruistic ideas, but she's a hard worker. She's somebody who's dedicating herself to things that matter. And that's very attractive to him. That's one of the reasons he's like, this is a wonderful match for me. She's amazing. But he also thinks she's very beautiful. He thinks she's very intelligent. He thinks she can change the world, but he actually wants to do that with her, but he also wants love with her. He's in love with her. But it's so wild because he's like, I'm not approaching first as a romantic option. She won't even see me that way. I can tell she's very like non she's sexy without trying to be sexy. Like there's no part of her that's like, you know, secretly like, ooh, I hope I meet somebody. She's totally, that's not even on her radar, totally tuned out of the realm of romance. But he's not. So it gives this masculine is the one who's he's definitely formulated a plan on how to approach her. But I think that this is the only way that this could possibly work. He really gets her. Let's do one card just to say, as far as that ex goes, we know the ex is still broken over her, you know, over the fact that they blew it with her. What happens with that ex? Get the devil and we get the ace of pentacles. It looks like the ex stays pretty obsessed with the idea of having a new beginning with her, but it feels like that's kind of where they remain. I don't see the ex getting a second chance with her. I see this new person getting a chance with her because he's really gotten to know her well, and he knows what the game plan is. All right, that's beautiful. She's gonna be falling in love in spite of herself. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.